It is.
Hey,
Nemkov is looking very sharp.
yeah, no, he's a little spinning back fist there, landed nicely.
What's happening, people, and welcome to the Fight Week Show. Fight Week Show fans, what's going on? Hope you can join us to watch PFL versus Bellator champs. I know we're a little bit late. We've seen a couple of fights already going there. Yoel Romero versus Thiago Santos. And who was the first one? I forget the first fight already. McKee.
AJ McKee and yeah, that was quick.
Yeah.
I think it was like 1 minute 15 seconds or something. It was
guillotine,
brilliant.
was it? He finished with.
Yeah, no, it was a guillotine into a triangle attempt and then finished with an armbar. It was brilliant.
Oh, nice,
Slick.
right,
Before the commentators were talking about like he went for it so early that like they were dry. They hadn't even got sweat on them yet, so the submissions were tight.
Yeah, once it was in, it was in. That was it. You weren't really getting out of that.
Yeah.
Yoel Romero took the second fight. It was a unanimous decision. I've seen little bits of it, seen little clips of it, but I haven't seen the full fight.
He looked good against Santos, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think Santos was a little bit on the back foot. He should have worked a bit more, but y'all look good.
Yeah.
For 46, he looked very good.
Let me guess, Santos with the signature knee kicks or the knee stomps. Is he coming in there?
Yeah. Those knee stomps, he threw a couple, yeah. Those things are dangerous. I call it the John Jones stomp. He loves that,
isn't it?
But ironically, his legs were the ones that were damaged in the fight. So go for
it. Yeah. That's
yeah. And let me guess, Yoel Romero overhand to takedown. Did he have much success? Did he manage to land a couple of takedowns, or
he landed a couple of the overhands?
I don't think he got any success.
Well, yeah,
overhands were clean though. Yeah,
right, okay,
were good.
It just seems flat. I put this on Twitter at the start, like because I came downstairs in between all of that, and the arena looks pretty empty. You know what I mean? There's not many seats filled up. I don't know if we get a bigger audience in the arena by the main event, but right now it just seems a little bit flat.
The thing is, this is the main card now, so if we're not going to have it now, then when will they come?
Yeah,
I'm about to live stream you, Jordan.
Cool, man.
To Twitter.
Go for it. Where are you doing it on?
It's on Twitter. X.
Cool.
So Adrian, McDade and I have a very fun relationship out on Twitter because for the most part we're on Instagram, you and I, but Twitter is where MMA Twitter is really where it's at. That's where fights are made. That's where people really engage. Is on MMA Twitter. So if you really want to get into the international space with MMA Twitter is definitely the place to be. Hashtag MMA Twitter. Shout out to all the guys on MMA Twitter, Rambling Dad Podcast, McDane, as you can see, Jordan, all of them. It's amazing out there.
It's wild. It is the Wild West, is what I like to tell people about it when they come across and they're like, "Oh, MMA Twitter, tell me about it." I'm like, "It's the Wild West, mate. It is absolutely mental." Some of the takes you see, some of the people that you come across. You got to take the good with the bad, but I enjoy it. Ola really enjoys Instagram for how that platform works. I really enjoy Twitter for how that platform works, or X, whatever you want to call it. But obviously, everybody that's joining the stream tonight, we are joined by Adrian and Yao. Yeah, I mean, I never even done the intro. I absolutely botched this when we come into it.
Kick him in the head podcast.
Kick him in the head podcast because it's been absolutely
That's right. That's what we do.
Bonkers of a night, but yeah. So kick him in the head podcast, and obviously Adrian Sanchez over here, EFC fighter. Any fight news, brother? What's going on? I've seen you've been training a lot. You got anything coming up?
Yeah. I was just chatting a little bit with Yaldi. I got a call yesterday. Got offered a fight for 7th of March.
Yes, mate.
Like I said, I don't want to really say anything who the opponents are or anything like that just yet because haven't signed any
wait
contracts
till
or
it's all
anything.
done.
But I was offered a fight against a former contender. I accepted the fight, but they didn't want to take the fight. So they worked on getting me another opponent, and I'm just waiting for contracts to come through, and then we can make it official. So pretty amped, excited.
Hopefully something gets done for you there. What's that? It's only what, 3 weeks away? 2 weeks away?
Less than 2. I think it's like like
quick
12
turnaround,
days,
that, mate.
I think, somewhere around there. So, it's around the corner. But I mean, like I told the guys, we consistent with training, stay ready for any opportunity that comes up. We take it. So we're ready to go. I'm always game.
Guys. Just like that, as we mentioned, Vadim
that was
looking
quick,
sharp, and he finished this fight real quick. I think it was about 2 minutes in the second round.
Yeah. I thought he was actually going to secure that head and arm from the mount there, but I wasn't. I was like, he needs to go to side controller, but he wasn't moving. I thought, no way is he just got a head and arm from mount. But I must have been tight if he just got a head and arm from mount.
And based on the stats,
that was quick.
He had 10 knockouts, and I think it was 3 submissions. So here's another submission to his name. So finish off the finish.
Is he asleep? His opponent's actually sleeping. God damn. Did you see John Jones, Francis Ngannou? Obviously, they had John Jones up asking him a few questions in there. Carl Rossi, what's happening? Ola will be joining us maybe in about the next 15 minutes, half an hour. He's currently doing a shitty football stream, and then he will be bouncing over here with the football squad to come and watch some real man sport.
Arsenal is 2-0 up. I'm watching it on the side as I'm watching PFL. So hello, I'm not sure about City. Let's go Gunner squad. The rest are coming.
I'm a United supporter, so he messaged me earlier on when United lost. So I'm maybe just a little bit salty. I might have told him I hope Newcastle shag him, but here we are, 2-0 up. Bastards.
Kai Havertz with the goal and an own goal from Newcastle as well, so I'm happy.
Right, okay. They seem to be flying through these fights, to be fair. What time are we on? Just 9:15.
And it's good fights too. It's been the type of quality you want to see at this level. So that's definitely a good sign for what's happening in PFL and Bellator.
Yeah.
Does anyone?
Adrian, what do you make of the ring? The ring's pretty cool. I'll give them that. Like it comes out of the belt.
No, the ring's great.
Wear it. I think like.
Yeah, the belt with the ring embedded in it. That's mad. I don't think you'll ever see anything like that again. That's crazy.
It's kind of like American football style shit, isn't it? But it's cool though.
Yeah, with the Super Bowl rings and the NBA rings that they get as well.
Yeah,
pretty sick.
So here's a question. It's a bit away from that, but talking about champ versus champ during this interim period. Champ versus champ in the UFC. Everyone's talking about it right now. All the champs are consistently talking about wanting to fight the guy either above or below them to get a second belt. What do you guys think about that? My opinion is, unless you've cleared out your division, and Mike Tyson raising Vadim Nemkov's hand, unless you've cleared out your division and beaten everyone, why are you trying to look up or down? Like, why? What's the point? So what do you guys think about that?
Adrian, do you want to go first, bro?
I agree. Yeah, I agree with you. I think, I think solidifying yourself as a champion in your division first, in the division that you won the belt in first, then, like, let's say a couple of title defenses, and then when like there's no other person to defend it against, then start looking to go to other divisions. I think that would be the proper way to do it. I mean, not everyone is a Conor McGregor, that can come in and fight one champ and then the next, another one. So, and I think everyone wants to be like that now, where, they feel like they're entitled to it. But I think the proper way should be to defend your belt and solidify yourself as a champion before you start looking for more gold. I think that would be the best way, the proper way.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in total agreement with that as well. Yeah, I mean, like, solidify your spot as the champ of that division. like you say, either clear your division out and absolutely prove that you're the best in that division. There's no other challenge there for you, and then move up into the next one and actually challenge yourself at a higher weight class, or drop if that's what you want to do. You want to be a bit of a weight bully. But like you pointed out there, I mean, the most recent one as well, Ilia Topuria, like. Look at the build up to that fight. Like, it was just the Conor McGregor blueprint all the way through it of how he was acting. I mean, right, okay, yeah, he got the job done. Motherfucker got the job done. Not that I'm very happy about it, but he did, and it was in spectacular fashion. It was a wicked right hook, and it was kind of like you've seen him do it in previous fights. You've seen him crack Jai Herbert with it. It's something that he does. You know what I mean? He clearly trains it. You've clearly seen something in Volk's movement that he'll land with that strike. He cracked him. He dropped him. He got the job done. But he's calling out McGregor. He's wanting to go for probably double champ status himself already. And it's like, you beat one champ. Come on, man. Like, you haven't gone against Max Holloway. Like, you know what I mean? There's Arnold Allen there too. Like, there's a few other people within that division that could step up, like, that he hasn't faced already. And don't get me wrong, like, he had an incredible fight against Josh Emmett too, because Josh Emmett, like we've seen him do a number of times, is he can put people's lights out. It just cracks them. Boom, done. Adios. You know what I mean? But overall, double champ status. I think, who else was it? Was it Sterling as well? I think he defended his belt. His belt once. Yeah, Cormier too. Yeah, but even like Sterling, just like recent people who have called out saying they want to go for a double champ status after winning like one fight. Like, come on, man. Like, stand your ground first and prove that you're that person.
Quick shout out to King B in the chats. Where's Ola at? Ola's at the Arsenal soccer stream because Arsenal's kicking ass against Newcastle right now. But he'll be here.
Not letting me run with that one.
Yeah. I want to make sure. But he'll be here in about an hour. But we're just holding the fort until he comes in. We're talking PFL versus Bellator. Bellator cleaning house so far. I think they've got 3 in a row now. AJ McKee is Bellator. Yoel Romero is Bellator, and Vadim Nemkov now is Bellator as well. So on the main card so far, Bellator, king of the night.
What do you think that says about each of the promotions?
Yeah, I was.
That's a good question.
Bellator's definitely a few levels above, eh?
And if I look at the structure of PFL, how the fighters come in, how often they fight, and how that works, it would make sense that UFC and Bellator fighters, because of the structure of those promotions, that they get more experience. I don't know. It just feels like it makes more sense. If you're healthy, you fight now. But with PFL, if you're out of the circuit, then you're gone. You're not active enough. So that might be what's showing here.
Yeah, 100%. That tournament style is maybe playing a big factor in this. Too much time out. And I think it was interesting because obviously had PFL and Bellator, but that was Yoel Romero versus Thiago Santos. 2 of them been at the top of the game in the highest promotion in the world of the UFC to come down. And I honestly thought that was probably going to be the best fights out of this night. But I don't think there was as much activity as what some people would like. You know what I mean? Obviously, it went to a unanimous decision for Yoel Romero, but from the bits that I seen, it didn't seem like there was too much going on. They rode out 3 rounds back and forth a little bit, and Yoel done what he needed to do to get the job done. You know what I mean? It wasn't a main card title fight, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's quite true. That's quite true. Shout out to King DB. Nemkov is a effing beast. I think he'd beat the top 5 in the UFC. What do you guys think about that? Because if I looked at Nemkov, like when we both saw him, Adrian, he came out, he looked jacked, he looked ready, he looked sharp, he looked focused, and it showed in the fight. Do you think he'd be able to beat the top 5 in the UFC at this current weight division?
I reckon he could give Tom Aspling a go there. If he comes in with what he brought to the ring now, but you'll never know until he steps into the UFC cage, you know. But he definitely has what it takes.
Same.
Top 5.
There's levels, isn't there? Top 5, it's tough. Like, to think about who's going to go in there against in the top 5. Like, that is some serious opponents in the UFC to be chucking them in there with. And like you say, give Tom Aspinall a go. Maybe not. Maybe get him out of the first. Maybe get out of the first round. I don't see him getting any further than that.
Look, I don't see him taking Tom Aspinall, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
His Sambo background, as King DB is telling us. Look, he was good. He was very sharp. But Aspinall, there's something special about him right now. It's really that simple. You know, when those fighters go on this run, that's just an absolute tear, and everything in their way just falls at their feet. So for that reason, I don't think he would be a champion, but take on the top 5. I definitely think Nemkov is UFC top 5 quality. He, based on what I just saw, he's got Fedor in his corner. I mean, just those factors tell me, yes, there's something that he would be able to achieve within the top 5 in the UFC. And I mean, we're talking about heavyweights and Francis Ngannou's fighting against Ferreira later on. So in terms of heavyweight quality, I think there's enough. If you look at those two as the other heavyweights in PFL Bellator, and you look at Nemkov as another heavyweight, and look at Ngannou, his background, I think yes. Definitely yes. I agree. No fighter beats Aspinall right now, King DB. I think Aspinall's just got that edge. I just saw we saw John Jones earlier. He's gotten fat. Imagine him trying to fight Aspinall.
He's gotten fat. He has definitely gotten fat. Like when you're looking at him.
Arsenal 3-0 before the halftime. Yeah. Sorry, 64 minutes. Arsenal 3-0. Hello, let's go. Bukayo Saka scored. Shout out Ola. We'll see you soon.
You say 64 minutes?
Yeah, 3-0.
Mate, it's still ages left in that match. I thought it kicked off at 8 o'clock.
They did. Wait,
oh yeah, I suppose we're only 24 minutes past.
Yeah, there we go.
See, this is like
saw the notification come up now.
You get free MMA fights, in the span of a football match. You know what I mean?
Yep. The next fights come up now. It's Ray Cooper III versus Jason Jackson. I'll be honest, I don't really know much about either fighter here, except for Ray Cooper I know a little bit about, but Jason Jackson, I looked him up. He looks like he's a good fighter. What do you guys think? 17-4, 25-9.
Yeah. 7-fight win streak or something at the moment, isn't it?
I'm gonna have to say I don't know much about these guys, so let's see what happens.
What are they coming in at
catchweight bout as well?
Yeah, I was going to say they're coming in at catchweight as well in this one. Or they're coming in at welterweight, but it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
It will. At least we'll now know some new fighters, and that's always nice.
I see Cooper's a 2-time PFL champion. So that should be
Is the decision in MMA the same as a 0-0 in football? Nah, not really, because 0-0 they walk away and it's a draw. It's more like a no contest. That's probably one way, either a no contest or a draw. Like that's exactly how that would come across in MMA for football.
I think a decision win in MMA is the same as a goal in like injury time.
I think it's more like penalties because you don't really know which way it's going to go until the end, but you know the better team is likely to win.
Yeah. I hate penalties.
Okay, that makes
penalties.
Oh, penalties, yes. Oh, goodness.
Who else we had jump up in there? So Naz thinks it's Jackson, easy win. Ray Cooper deferred. Lost it recently. Big up, Naz. Cheers for joining, bro.
And thanks for knowing something about these fighters.
Bellator killing it tonight. Naz is the OG, man, as he says there.
Locked in, eh?
Naz knows everything. He's like the guru of MMA. But he's not the MMA guru.
Shout out MMA Guru. So I actually met MMA Guru. He was here when Drickus was shooting his road to UFC end of last year. So he attended EFC 110. And I actually met him. And he is quite a tall dude, but he was pretty cool. Like I was like, can I get a picture? He's like, yeah, cool. We took a picture of the kick him in the head. At Head Kick Pod, everyone. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all platforms. But yeah, so it was interesting meeting the famous enigmatic MMA Guru, and he wasn't yelling.
So tell us, bro. Now that you've met him in person, is he fat?
He's not fat.
He gets
he's
called
not
fat all the time, and he looks like this fat little troll sitting in that seat. You know what I mean? So I think it's just the camera angle and everything else about it. Is he big? Is he? Yeah, I mean,
I thought he was fat. Like it's, as you said, it's this angle and then it's dark down there,
mhm.
But he's maybe like an inch taller than me. And I'm 6 foot, so he's got a big upper chest, like he's got a big chest upper body area, and that's what makes him look fat because he's got normal, like he's just normal down there. But here he's actually a bit broad, so he's not fat at all. He's just a tall, broad-shouldered dude.
So he's like a rugby player.
Yes, I'd go with a number 4, but like a the no, not, let's go with the prop. But like a tall prop. Like, why are you so tall for a prop? A stocky, tall prop. So maybe a number 5. I don't know, somewhere there.
Right.
In rugby terms, that's a lock for anyone who's listening.
Yeah, Scott coming in, everyone. Yeah.
Arsenal scored again. Shout out Ola. Look, Ola's gonna come in
No
here so happy.
mate. Ola's going to be absolutely buzzing when he gets in there. He's going to jump in here with some of that card picking energy that you had on Instagram, mate. I don't know if you've seen that, Adrian, but this man must have hit 2 lines of cocaine, told somebody to hold his beer, grabbed his phone, and just started rattling his picks off in less than 60 seconds. It was fucking insane.
So I got that from the parlay guy. He's out in the States somewhere and he does picks, but his picks are very closely linked to odds and which round should take someone in a submission so you can maximize your odds and all that stuff. And I absolutely love, shout out the parlay guy on Instagram. I think he's on Twitter as well. His content's amazing. So yeah, that's where I got that technique from. So definitely anyone who's watching, please do follow, like, subscribe at Head Kick Pod, the parlay guy, the Fight Week Show, Adrian Sanchez, about to be the best in the UFC, I'm sure, and Rambling Dad podcast. We have amazing MMA content all the time.
Well, I don't know about my stuff all the time.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. So I'm not sure what minute you guys are on, but we're down the first minute in here. Seems to be just a bit of a feeling out at the moment.
First minute.
A lot of feints being thrown.
My stream.
Yeah, I'm also about the same as you, Jordan.
I think someone needs to turn the sound down in the back because I can hear the commentary.
That might be me. I don't know. So my TV's already quite low, but I'll try it anyway.
I think it's me. Let me just pull down my... I just go down. Okay. Shit. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, these guys are slow. They're just feeling each other out. It's like, who's going to go first?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I don't think we're going to see much grappling in this one, though.
No. Wait, why
Jackson looks substantially taller.
Nemkov on the screen.
Yeah.
Cooper deterred.
Oh, come on, do something, guys.
There's not much happening.
They're just feinting each other the whole time. I mean, Jackson's throwing some power low kicks, but like more of that. Ooh.
You just see the overhand.
There's a link up now.
Yeah, you're just a little bit behind me. This is where my comment came in too soon, isn't it?
There we go. Jackson got the takedown. Yeah, spoke too soon. Right. Go.
Can't say I was expecting John Jones to be there, but they must be paying him.
It's Riyadh season. They definitely paying. They had the
They're definitely
Undertaker
paying.
bringing out
Yeah,
a
the
cup.
Undertaker.
Yes, in a cup final that Cristiano Ronaldo was playing in. I mean, yes, definitely, it's Riyadh season. John Jones is there for a reason. I think, when was it? 2 weeks ago, they had all these famous great boxers. They had one of my favorites, Prince Nazim Ahmed. He was there in his current chunky self. I'm trying to remember who was there. Manny Pacquiao.
I think the best one was McGregor sitting next to Cristiano Ronaldo, and he just must have just been chewing his fucking ear off all night. You can see Cristiano Ronaldo's just sitting there like, somebody move this man away from me, like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. There was a few memes as well that were doing around on Instagram. I thought it was classic. It's like as soon as he walked, like, to sit down, you can see he was already starting to yap.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jackson's
Ronaldo.
dominated this take. Who done that? That was fucking banging. Is that you, yo? Do that again,
That was
mate. That
me.
was awesome. That was a better accent than I could do, and I'm like fucking a few miles away from Ireland. You know what I mean?
Jackson's going for
dominated
it.
the rest of that round there.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's got it.
did
He's
some
going to stop.
decent ground
There
and
we
pound.
go. Jackson's got it. Is that round?
No, round. That's the end of the round. He's not finished it, but yeah, he did
Oh.
start weighing in some decent ground and pound in there. Then, like,
Oh, I thought he had him there.
nah, close.
So
but
far,
nice cigar.
Jackson's definitely up in the first round.
Yeah.
And we didn't see much from both fighters. They spent their time just feeling each other out, not really, except for the end, obviously, with the grappling exchanges at the end.
He's already limping on that leg as well, so it'd be interesting to see what happens when they get into this. If
Yeah,
he keeps just
yeah.
working it,
Opened
or
up
if he's
with
going to go straight for the takedown.
Crazy low kicks.
Yeah. So definitely Jackson. Now they showed Jackson, Action Jackson. So they've just showed Cedric Dombe, who's fighting later on this card. Now, with the type of quality that's recently been going into PFL, do you think essentially what we've discussed earlier, the fact that they're not really as active as the UFC, they go into periods where they're super active and then nothing. Do you think
it's over? It's going to be over. Sorry. It's done. What a nasty leg kick to drop that, man.
What
I
a
don't know
low
where
kick.
you guys are up to. Yeah, and now watch.
Oh,
sorry to ruin it for you.
that was
I know you're a little bit behind.
nasty. That was a nasty low kick.
It was, wasn't it?
He's going to be limping around tomorrow.
Another PFL fighter.
Yeah. So sorry. Go on. Continue with your question.
But ouch. But do you think
kick him in the leg?
Kick him in the leg. But he was really heavy on that front leg. I mean, he deserved it. You can't fight like that against someone who's been low kicking you the entire first round. I mean, but yes. So do you think that's going to affect the fighters like Francis Ngannou, like Cedric Dombe? Because now, in essence, they need to make sure that they're active in those periods that PFL is not in season, like Francis is doing. He's being active in boxing. So it then does give fighters the capability to go into different spaces, different promotions to keep active. But how realistic is that? Because the only space you can realistically go into as a top level fighter is the UFC. Yeah. There's no one else taking short contracts. So how do you, because then you're just sparring the whole time and then you go into a season. How do you think that's going to affect the top 5 fighters, the Francis Ngannous, the Cedric Dombes, the Impa Kasanganays that are now in the PFL?
I think they're in a very funny position now that nobody's been in before. I mean, they're obviously buying out Bellator. Yeah, when I was at Octagon and I spoke to the owners there, and I said to them, like, who you're looking at getting, because obviously they're trying to build their own roster as well. And even they mentioned Bellator and PFL. What's going to be happening there? What fighters are going to be dropping out that other promotions are going to be swooping in and taking up? You know what I mean? So there's definitely going to be some level of talent that's going to be lost in this transition, depending on how they go about it. What, like you say, what does that look like for the upper echelon of the divisions, or if you can call them divisions within the PFL? Is it going to have the challenge that they want? Is it going to have the competitors that they want to be going against and making a name? Does it build the legacy? Is really what it comes down to. Is it going to further Ngannou's legacy depending on who he comes against within the PFL, or is he going to go and look elsewhere? Maybe, I don't know, try and make amends with Dana White and get back to the UFC or whatever to further his legacy. And I think that's across all the divisions that they've got going on. Like, you know what I mean? It's really weird. Like, are they going to revise what they're going to do? Are they going to take away this tournament style eventually? Are they going to keep it there all the time? Now that they're going to have a big influx of Bellator fighters, is it all going to open up the divisions more to have it as division fight where they can do cards most weekends or every other week, whatever it looks like, you know what I mean? And just take away this tournament setting that they have so far? Or are they just going to drop a ton of fighters and just keep doing what they're already doing? And then, like you mentioned before, is that actually going to be a bit detrimental to the fighters because they aren't getting as much action and experience? It's an interesting one. I think they're in a really weird situation right now, and it's like limbo between these promotions. You don't really know what's going on. But from a fighter's perspective, what do you think of it, Adrian?
Well, like I was thinking, you know, I like the tournament style, but I think they should save that for certain occasions, and then have the normal, you know, division fights and so on, and then perhaps maybe select a few fighters that are performing well, and then give them a chance then to compete in like a tournament, let's say middle of the year and then like end of the year, and then the rest of the time have like your normal, you know, your division fights and your normal card. But yeah, the more activity, the better. I mean, you know, you don't want to go in there with ring rust every single time you fight. I mean, that's not ideal at all. So activity is definitely important, and I think they will probably lose a lot of talent if they continue to go that way. But don't necessarily get rid of the tournament style completely, but, you know, maybe save it for special occasions. I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, I think you probably made a good point there, actually. Just, I mean, cut it back to maybe once, twice, 3 times a year. Make it something that's special that they're all actually working. I don't know, like a playoffs type thing. I think they already run playoffs anyway, don't they? But like a playoff style thing where top 5 of each division get to go in, or top 4 of each division, whatever, exactly. So they can make the matchups, and then it progresses. You know what I mean? Like you can do quarterfinal, semi-final, 100%. Final, or something like along those lines.
100%. I agree with that. But your activity is important. It's definitely important. Like ring rust is a real thing, I tell you. It's definitely.
What do you think of fighters that only do camps and aren't like? Because you get some fighters that don't train all year round. You get ones who go, right, I'm doing fuck all. As soon as I know I've got a fight, I'm hitting the camp, and then I'm doing the fight, and then I'm doing fuck all, and then as soon as I know a fight, I'm getting the camp. Right.
Look, I do. I don't think it's great that you know you only train when you have a fight. I think consistency with training is very, very important, and you know, opportunities can come out of nowhere, and you need to be ready for that. Because
no, we lost him. That's that load shedding kicking in.
I think so. Mine comes at 2 a.m. Oh gosh, it is not a joke in South Africa.
Are you back in South Africa now? I mean, the last time we spoke, you were in Portugal, weren't you? So
that's right. Yeah, so I'm back now.
Okay. Did you manage to find that ginger that I was telling you about, the fermented brandy?
I did not. They gave us. I did take a drunken history tour of Lisbon, and they gave us some very interesting drinks, but none of the ones I had ginger.
Right. Okay.
Unfortunately, but next time I'll look for it again. But okay, yeah, Adrian's gone. Yeah, it definitely is probably something load shedding related. So with regards to sorry, what was the question again?
Your question.
No, it was your question to, and Adrian was in the middle of answering the question.
Oh, what does he think about fighters that only train during camps? You know, I mean, they're not like he was saying. Like he thinks it's important that they're going to be consistent, that they're sticking to it because opportunities could come out of nowhere. And I was going to say, just like him, who's now getting a fight in 2 weeks' time, or potentially getting a fight in 2 weeks' time, if he wasn't training and had no camp, what does that look like going into that fight? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm very interested in hearing his perspective on how he would possibly go about it without it. But I mean, Alexander Volkanovski said he was drinking for a month straight before he took the 2-week call to the fight with Islam, the second fight. So it's exactly that. Maybe if he had been active at that point in time, he would have actually won the fight and changed his entire fate, because the cover curse is real. The cover curse is real. From the second he came out, he has not won a single fight, and he's been knocked out twice. Well, he won one, he defended once. But I mean, if you look at it from that perspective, he tempted fate, and as you had it, it was basically an entire movie of Up, where he was the old guy and Topuria was obviously the kid. So I think staying active is important. I agree with Adrian.
And it's that the 35-year-old, isn't it? But was it between featherweight and light heavyweight or welterweight or something? I've never retained a title at 35 years old. It's mad, isn't it? This shit that comes into play. But
I think I saw the stats. It was like it's 1 in 52 or something ridiculous like that.
That's insane.
I mean, so there's certain things that if a fighter can basically overcome those sort of statistics, for me, that is also what adds to being a GOAT.
Yeah,
but let's see
what
what's his name, John Jones, can possibly do against Tom Aspinall if that ever happens.
I don't think he's going to do it. I really don't think he's going to do it. I think he's going to get the money from the Stipe fight, and he's just going to sail off into the sunset. Like you said, we've seen him there. You know what I mean? He's at PFL versus Bellator. He came onto the camera. He said, "My resume speaks for itself. I don't need to say anything." And then when they were asking who's the heavyweight GOAT of the world, you know what I mean? He kind of just stepped forward towards the camera and was just like, "Well, I'm standing here." And it's like, well, go and prove it then. You know what I mean? Like, go and fight that young and hungry prospect and prove that you are better than him. You know what I mean? Like, you're still active. That's another active fighter. It's going to increase your legacy at this point, the amount of eyes that are on that fight.
It's tough in that position because you're right. But at the end of the day, we all then look and say, we wish that some of the greats like the Spider, Anderson Silva, at this point, Tony Ferguson's, didn't have to go through that unnecessary decline. And at this point, with Jones specifically, there are those like Daniel Cormier who would love to see him getting beaten, obviously. But at this point, he would have already proved that in my prime and up till basically now, I have been and I am the best. And I could understand, I'm not saying he's running, but he wouldn't need to go against Aspinall to prove it. Although if it happens to happen, I think that'd still be a good fight. I think John might just have because he's the GOAT.
You think?
The thing is,
I'm probably biased. I'll sit here and say that. You know what I mean? I'm coming from the UK. Absolutely love Tom Aspinall. I think he's phenomenal. I don't think anybody in the heavyweight division beats him right now. And I think he's much quicker than John Jones was. Obviously, we've only seen Jones against Garn at heavyweight, but he never came out looking exactly like we thought he was going to look like. He was a bit sloppy with the striking. He wasn't fantastic. Obviously, Garn went down to the ground. John's World choked him out. Garn showed that he didn't really have much to offer in the grappling department, and that was taken advantage of. You know what I mean? But I think Tom, all-round striking, speed, strength is ridiculous. He's grappling and his groundwork is on another level. You know what I mean? I think he's got all the tools to get the job done and to beat John Jones.
Honestly, I don't think it's biased. I think everything you said is 100%. But for me, I'm relying on goat juice. It sounds weird, but when you're
I
the
ain't
goat,
into that goat juice, brother. I ain't into that goat juice. Like, ain't putting that shit on my cereal. I'll tell you that.
I'm sure John Jones would love to hear that. But for real, like in terms of being a goat, it's that thing of you want and expect them to in 2 rounds. Beans MMA, I don't disagree, and you and McDean are probably right, but he's John Jones. For me,
Big up the
that's for
beans, man.
me.
Big up the beans.
that for me is where it is I want Jones to go out in the high. And for that reason, I want him to beat Aspinall. But realistically speaking, Aspinall just has a better arsenal right now.
Definitely.
Oh, there we go. Naz OG. You see, Naz OG is
Johnny
talking about
Owen.
the Johnny Eblen versus Impa.
I gave you
Kasanganay
respect
fight.
before saying Naz is the OG and knows what he's talking about, and now you're coming out with that shit. Right, Naz, go back to work, bro.
Wait, so Naz has just put us in a bit of a conundrum because Johnny Eblen is about to fight, and we're talking about Johnny Jones Bones.
Oh yeah, he's definitely talking about Johnny Eblen. Right, okay. He's definitely talking about Johnny Eblen.
There's two Johnnies here. Okay, yeah. So that fight's
Naz is focused on what's ahead, and we're too busy in fantasy land over here talking about fights they'll probably never get fucking matched up. But hey, yeah,
so
I think Johnny takes this one as well.
This is the most interesting fight because we know Impa Kasanganay's record, obviously, and coming from the EFC, becoming PFL champion. But this is where I think it will show the activity versus the activity and level of competition versus the Bellator 14-0, who is now essentially Bellator's taking this. Every single fight has been Bellator so far, and by a long mile, PFL has not even been close on the skills of any of the Bellator fighters. So with Kasanganay, we know he's got the skills. He's now come into this sort of seasonal system. It'll be interesting to see how this fight goes, very especially. But I think I agree. Eblen takes it.
Yeah, Eblen definitely takes it as well. It's what, like you say, there's just the activity there is what seems to be getting it done tonight, and that's something that Johnny Eblen's got a lot of. He actually came out recently and had some comments about Dricus du Plessis as well, didn't he? Said he beats him everywhere. Said he's better striking, better grappling, better takedowns, better cardio, all sorts. You know what I mean? He had some words to say about Dricus du Plessis.
The one for a fact that is not true is better cardio. We know Dricus's cardio is insane. However, he's definitely right in the exactly, but he's definitely right on the first two. His grappling is probably better. His striking is probably better. But that's exactly what makes Dricus so dangerous. It's not as clean as you expect, but it's connecting. It's coming at you, and it doesn't stop. And I agree 100% with Johnny, with the exception of the cardio. But that's exactly why Dricus is likely to beat a lot of the middleweights right now. It's because you're expecting some sort of clean punching fight, but it's just coming at you in all kinds of unconventional, unorthodox channels. So yeah, Johnny Eblen, you're a better striker. Great. You're a better grappler. Okay. But suddenly Dricus will be around your neck and it's a guillotine. And that's the beauty of Dricus. Still knocks du Plessis. I love saying still knocks. By the way, that nickname is actually a sleeping tablet. That's
still
where
knocks.
It comes from.
Still really?
Knocks. Yep. He told the story about where Still Knocks comes from, and apparently it came from his brother. His brother gave him the name because he was looking for a moniker, aka nickname, and his brother said, "Still Knocks, sleeping tablet. You put them to sleep." So okay, let's go.
Nice. Oh, let's go with that. South African sleeping tablet, Still Knocks. You know what I mean? That's the biggest brand ambassador of anything you've ever seen in your life there.
That was practically a product placement.
Yeah, if he ain't getting paid for that, then he needs to change his nickname.
I think so. But ironically, no one knows that. So that's very interesting. So I'm surprised they're not one of his sponsors.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. Never heard of that before at all.
Neither have I. So here we go. In the yellow pants, we have Impa Kasanganay. In the white pants, we have Johnny Eblen. This is going to be a good fight.
Two of them, what, 30, 32, both of them in the prime right now. Like, it's going to be incredible. Johnny looks ready, man.
Very.
I'm trying to look back at the crowd, see if it's filling out, see if it's like some of the UFC pay-per-view cards. It's really not. You look at that back tier, you see the higher tier of seats, and there's just nobody in them. And I really didn't expect it for the level of fighters that we have in here tonight, like the champs and the experience that have came out of like other divisions like the UFC, like Bellator, as well as PFL themselves, to be putting on a card like this, saying it's sold out, and then we're looking at empty seats.
Yeah. I guess that's why you say it's sold out, because otherwise we see it's sold out.
I do like the ref cam though. That is something that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think there's a lot more dynamic data that we can get from these fights. And by that I mean with the gloves these guys wear, with everything. There's a lot more that they can give us. Like, I mean, you've watched American sports. American sports are stacked with statistics. Like, it's basically watching Statistics Central when you watch American sports. And
Ooh.
I think we've got a lot of color, and color is great, but it'll be nice. And I think PFL and slash Bellator is where we can really get that. But to get more statistical information about how these fights are going.
In what sense? Sorry, I was kind of watching that and kind of got away from what you were saying there.
In the sense that each fight is basically a data point, right? Now you'd have X amount of data on a fight, and it's all there. You'd have X amount of data on another fighter, on one fighter and on the other fighter, right? And you take those statistics and then you turn that, or you convert that into little predictions about what's going to happen in the fight. Right now, it's fully color and fully experience. You know what I mean? There's very little intelligence, if you will, behind a lot of the comments. So bringing that
striking accuracy, takedown defense accuracy, and yeah. I'm with you.
Yes. I think that would add just a little bit more. I mean, it's great now. It's just, that would be nice to see on the screen, putting it up on the side, having that as something we can visually see rather than just watching the fight the whole time. Oh, okay. But give us something more. Just like give us all of that striking accuracy based on this, that hasn't won this and that many fights. And, just give us more information so that we can better understand each fighter, because we can better understand each fighter just on statistics. By the way, Arsenal's won 4-1. Great match. I think we've scored about close to 20 goals in like 3 matches. It's crazy right now. Like, let's go. The Rats are coming. Ola's about to roll in. I'm very excited.
Always about to roll in with an absolute squad, and he'll be bouncing off the walls as soon as he gets in there. And he'll give the introduction that I failed to do. You know what I mean? I was so scrambled at the start. I was like, oh, yeah, so here we are. That was probably the worst introduction I've ever gave in my life. But here we go. What's happening? So we're 3 minutes into the first round. Oof. I'm now losing Yao. I'm going to be running this shit solo, people. We got Eblen working the leg kicks. He keeps going through the power shots with the overhands. I'm going to butcher this guy's name. Kasanganay. He seems to be the more accurate striker in this one. As it stands at the moment. Some nice uppercuts from both men. What's everybody in the chat thinking? How's this round going? Who have you got taking this one as it's closing out? Yeah, boom. Live odds have Eblen way out in front. I don't know about way out in front. Did he get that takedown at the start? Maybe that's what they've got him way out in front of, but seems to be missing a lot of the shots he's throwing, to be honest with you. Oh, flying knee right at the end of the round. Nice. What's anybody's thoughts on open scoring? Would they like to see that more in MMA or not? I think they done it at Octagon in Newcastle. And it was interesting. Some of the post-press fight conference, not a lot of fighters. I think most of the fighters kind of enjoyed seeing the open scoring from looking up and seeing who was coming. Here comes Ola, and here come the Gunner Rats. I think, you know what I mean. The views are shooting up here, but yeah. What's everyone's thoughts on open scoring? I know some fighters like it. I know some fighters don't like it. Here he is, the man of the hour, absolutely buzzing with his Arsenal win. Here he comes, bouncing off the walls.
We needed it, man. We needed it, man. You know what I mean? Big up to everybody that's joining us right now, man, from the League Gunner Show. Salute to all of you, man. Big up yourselves. Hey, people. It's been a mad one with the fucking with the fights. I mean with the game. But we're here with the fights, man. How's it been going so far?
Shit, mate. All I've heard from Yao is how Arsenal have been winning, and I told you I hope they got shagged, but here we are.
Well, Yao's been giving it to you, yeah? Go on, Yao.
Yeah,
man. Yao's my boy, man. He's giving it to you.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. Nah, fights have been good, mate. Yeah, I mean, that's what we've been talking about. It seems to be a lot of Bellator have been running away with it all night, and what me, Adrian, and Yao were talking about, he's back in the room here now. It seems to be the activity of a Bellator fighter that seems to be landed some big shots there. Seems to be the activity, because obviously Bellator fighters would have more fights than what you would see a PFL fighter having, given the tournament base that they've got. So it seems to be the activity fighter that seems to be winning most of this. Oil check. He's got that thumb right up Eblen's ass. That's haram, brother. You can't be doing that.
Haram, yes. Big up yourself, Yao, man. How you doing, brother?
Sorry, I was taking a quick snack break. I'm good, Ola. Thank you so much for the invite for this watch along. I've been having a great time chatting with McDane and Adrian, who left just a couple of minutes ago. And yeah, it's been fun watching the fights and watching Arsenal win on the side in the corner. I've been watching the match as well.
That's good. That's good that you was able to punish our Man United compatriot over here. You know, our Man United colleague over here, especially after Nigeria. After Nigeria put United away all by themselves. I'll take that consolation. I would take that consolation over the AFCON.
One Nigerian man put that was the whole of Nigeria putting United away, was it? Yeah, one Nigerian. That's what I can't remember. We were talking about something completely fucking different. Then out of nowhere, he comes in. What was it? Hey, Robbie! Just out of nowhere. Well, we were talking about picks. We were talking about UFC picks and the emojis that he'd been using on his pick sheet. And then he hit me with Owobi. I was like, you bastard.
Yeah, man. Okay, so Impa's currently fighting right now. Big up everybody in the chat. Salute to all of yous. I see everyone in the chat, man. Big up yourselves, people. Big love, big love, big love.
The
Let's
chats
go.
have been fire, Ola. I must say. Shout out to your audience. You have a great audience. They very engaging and very knowledgeable and keeping us on track. Thank you, Nazo G.
Thank you,
Yeah.
man. Thank you. Big love
Yeah,
to
me
all my chats, man. Big up to all of them, man. Love them.
me and Yao were away in Fantasyland talking about Tom Aspinall and
And John Jones.
Johnny Bones. Yeah, and then Naz comes in going, Johnny wins this, and we're like, nah, Johnny doesn't win it. And then we're like, oh wait, Johnny Evans coming on.
I mean, it's gonna be hard to pick against John Jones, but I can understand why that thought process would exist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Tom Aspinall has been absolutely fantastic up until now. And I did say there's one fight that I want to see, and I don't know whether it happens. My boy Curtis Blades, everybody like, bro, I fuck with Curtis Blades heavy. I want to see that fight
ram
again.
back. Yeah,
I want to see that fight again, man.
I want to see Tom get it back. That's what I want to see.
I want to see that fight again because I didn't like the way it ended. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's a fight that we, us fans, we definitely need to see again.
The one thing that I don't like about that as well, and again, maybe biased, but I don't like it, and I'm maybe not biased because I wouldn't say it's just for Tom Aspinall. I would say it's for all fighters. When it's that early into a fight, somebody gets injured and they can't carry on, I don't believe it should go down on the record as a loss, especially when it wasn't something that the other fighter caused them not to be able to continue fighting with. It was clearly just one of those freak accident things. And I think it's mad that they put that down as a loss on somebody's record.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it was a nice way for look. Blades made weight.
You Arsenal fans just stick together and everything, don't you? Both sitting there going, I thought Steven Gerrard walked into the chat then.
He applied that pressure. And Tom got injured. Nah, man, that win should absolutely be given to that win should absolutely be given to fucking Curtis Blades, man. I was over the moon. I was glad he got that win, you know what I mean? Because the amount of shit that I ate leading up into that fight because I picked Curtis Blades, man. I thought, nah, man, fuck you, man. You know what I mean? But obviously we fuck with Tom Aspinall now. You know what I mean? We fuck with Tom Aspinall now, you know what I mean? But I want to see that fight run back again, man. You know, I want to see a proper conclusion to that fight. You know, it's like this year Rodriguez and Brian Ortega situation. You know, even though you look at that fight and you'd say, I mean, should the win be really given to based on your logic? Yeah, Rodriguez should not have been given that win. Based on your logic.
Was it first round? And I probably agree with you, bro. Like, let me go and double check that shit. Was that first round? Obviously, shoulder injury, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a shoulder injury, dislocation, some kind of mad dislocation, bro. I mean,
that was Rodriguez, first round. Yeah. Again, like that probably shouldn't have gone down as a loss in Ortega's record, and that's why they're running it back. But exactly what you're saying.
This is why I said I want to see it again. But this is the thing, y'all, right? If we're talking about being in the cage with like a grappler, jiu-jitsu practitioner like a Paul Craig, and something like that happens, you don't take it away from somebody like Paul Craig, because that's what he does. He removes limbs from sockets. That's his MO.
So they call it the John Jones stomp, you know, the front kick to the knee area. Khalil Roundtree loves it as well. And they're calling for that to be legal. I'm like, listen, it's a fight. And exactly what you said, Ola.
Hey.
If you run into the cage and you injure yourself, welcome back, Adrian.
Welcome back, Adrian. Yeah, you were saying, yeah.
I'm curious, Adrian, was it load shedding? I don't think he can hear us yet. But yeah, so if you mistakenly run into the cage, like there's a fighter who literally ran and got his foot stuck in the cage, I'm sure we've all seen it, and you injure yourself and the fight's over, listen, Look, I don't know what to tell you. The fight's over. I caught you. You ran to the cage. So I'm sorry, McDane. I'm with Ola on this one. If it happens when after the bell has rung, it is what it is.
I believe whoever's caused the injury or whatever's led to the injury should be credited to whoever was applying that pressure for that injury to occur in the first place, because you're clearly making the opponent uncomfortable in there to cause the injury in the first place. And that's how I look at it. It's all part of it. To take away the conclusion of a fight down to injury in a combat sports, mixed martial arts, that is a little bit generous for me. You know what I mean? It's a little bit generous, man. You got to give it to whoever's applying the pressure. That's got to go to whoever's applying the pressure, man. And big up to everybody that's loading up in the chat right now, man. I see the chat rising. I see the count rising, people. Big up yourselves. Make sure you're hitting the like button as you're rolling in, people. I see the rats infesting the blood clash. That's right.
There it is.
Yeah, let's go, people. Let's go.
McDane, I told you he was coming with the rats.
I know, mate. I know, mate.
Yes, big love to everybody.
So far, this Kasanganay Eblen fight it's fairly even. When it goes to the ground,
yeah,
Eblen's on top. On the feet, Kasanganay's landing some good combos. So far, it's pretty much down the middle. But I think Eblen might just edge it by split.
I think he's edging this third round. Like, I think I had it 1-1 going into the third here because I thought he done a lot better in the second round. Go on, mate.
We spoke about sorry to cut you there, Magdalene. We spoke about bingsport.com. It doesn't even have the bloody fight on. Right? I'm now over here stumbling and trying to get the thing, man.
So it took me a couple of minutes, but I got onto the right platform.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Let me see. Because Nas did give me a link still. Let me.
Shout out Nas then. Thank you so much. You're the real OG. Okay, I get it.
Yo, Ola, what's up, man? Nice to see you back in the studio, my bro. Sorry about that, guys. I got cut off. South African problems, bro. Load shedding. My
fucking knew it was. I called it as soon as you left.
Sorry, I was in the middle of a question and it just cut me off. It was like, but I'm back. I'm back. Nice to see you, Ola.
Thank you very much for joining us, brother.
I even dropped you a message on Instagram saying "Load shedding?" question back.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't even respond to any messages on Instagram or anything because my inverter that was keeping my Wi-Fi on, its battery ran out, so it was like 10 minutes to load shedding finishing. Now. So I just had to wait for it to pass. But I'm back.
That shit's wild, man. Mate, this fucking round just ended in a violent manner. Yeah, I wouldn't talk that one all day.
Jordan, just to answer your question that you asked me earlier about guys that only train when they've got fights coming up, and I think, would you rather be a fighter that's consistent with training, that's ready all the time, than being someone that just gets off the couch to go train for a fight? I mean, if you're going into a fight being that guy that just trains for fights, coming up against a guy that's consistently training throughout the year, I mean, you're gonna get your ass handed to you 9 times out of 10. So it's best to stay consistent with training and to be in the gym daily. Like I said to y'all Yao a bit earlier, you know, the fight's the reward for your training. So the more you train, the sweeter the reward. I mean, you know, it's no point just coming off the couch to train when you need to. You should be training consistently all the time.
Cheers, man. I totally agree with that as well. Like, it seems silly that some people approach it in that way as well, to be honest with you. Like, I'm just going to sit here and chill, and then I'll train for 8 weeks, and then I'll go in there. I mean, I've been doing this for X amount of years, so all the skills that I need are in the bank, you know what I mean? But it's still keeping those tools sharp, though, in it, and keeping it going and keeping consistent with it. Because like you say, ring rust is real, and you're going to lose that edge. You're going to lose that reaction speed and timings. And obviously, as you're getting older, you start losing reaction speeds and timing as well. So if that's your approach in the later years of your MMA career, then it's just going to be more detrimental to every fight that you fucking go into, really, isn't it?
And
exactly.
Alexander Volkanovski against Islam Makhachev is then the example I gave, and that's a prime example of everything you guys have just said.
Yeah, he's what Volkanovski said. He was drinking beer every day, and he was chilling.
Volkan Islam too.
Him.
Yeah, man, bro. I saw a matchup, and I'm praying to God that is fake. Me and Magdalene was talking about this earlier on.
Oh, I know where he's going on about.
Bro, I saw something about Hamza versus Izzy, and I thought to myself, fuck no. What the fuck is this? What's going on here? Why is somebody trying to ruin my guy, man? You know what I mean? What's going on? Why would they even be thinking about Hamza and Izzy? It makes no sense to me. Like, why? Makes no sense.
Why would you? Are you saying that? Are you saying that because you feel that Hamza might be a hard fight for Izzy, or
just say it, bro. Just say smash.
Do you think he's gonna get smashed, or do you think it's just
Adrian was trying to be polite
just not
bro, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Adrian was going the South African way about it and being nice and friendly and
was trying to be polite
about it. Just say it. Just spit it, bro.
Right.
Oh, well, you got 20 quid for your boy or what?
Shut up, bro. You know, £20 the last time, man. You know what I mean? We're not doing no. Hey, listen, the way that I'm looking at it, I think doing that kind of matchup is what got us here in the first fucking place, and why we missed out on a big matchup like Dricus and Izzy. Not being patient with it, you throw Strickland in there, think, oh yeah, it's a foregone conclusion, and then something else happens, and then it ruins the bigger match. I think they should be looking at, say, maybe Jamal Hill and Porton. If Porton holds the belt and stays champion, try and get Izzy up there. See if he can, you know, maybe claim the 205 over there. And then if he does, just as an example, him and Dricus becomes even a bigger fight, because both of them can then put both titles on the line, and you know, winner takes all. The 205 and the 185 belt on the line for both of them, and they both go for it. And I think putting somebody like Hamza in the middle of a potential matchup like that, it could screw up a lot of things. And like Dricus has been saying, who has Hamza fought at 185 to even be standing in front of fucking Izzy, bruv? Who? Dricus said himself, you know, Hamza don't deserve to be standing in front of him. He don't deserve to be standing in front of Izzy neither. For the type of champion that Izzy has been over the long period of time, who's Hamza really faced? And I like Hamza a lot, right? But who has he really faced at 185? He just faced Usman. Usman ain't no 85er. You know what I mean? He's a welterweight.
Yeah.
So like, what? And the answer I get from detractors like Magdane, he puts bombs on seats.
I knew he was gonna come there.
Bombs on seats, my ass. No, bro.
He puts bombs on seats.
Because other fighters that I've just mentioned as well, they put bombs on seats. Well, you know what I mean? We need to talk about meritocracy as well. We can't keep going on about it, and then we want to fast track
bombs on the cage as well.
Thunder. I'm against it, bro.
Yeah, okay.
And that's not
Okay,
because
fair enough.
I think Izzy
Fair
will lose
enough.
to
That's because you don't want him to smash your boy. That's all that is.
That's the hill you're looking to die on. Yeah, you're really looking to fucking die on that hill.
I'm up here. I'm up here. I'm standing on it. I ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you're gonna stand on it with your £20. Yeah,
I'm gonna stand up with my 20 quid because your boy smashed. Well, my guy smashed your boy. You know what I mean? That's all what happened there. As long as it stayed a 3-round fight and never went to a 5-round fight.
I don't know if you can call that smashing, man. You should be ashamed of yourself even calling that smashing, bro.
Who won 20 quid at the end of that fight? Who won 20 quid? Who won 20 quid at the end of that fight?
If anything, it was Usman that got Hamza to go have a surgery. You know what I mean? If we're going to talk about smashing, it was Hamza that got his hand smashed up.
That doesn't matter.
In the first round.
He's got the W in his record. Fuck your surgery. He's got a W in his record. No, he does not. You know what I mean? But I get what you're saying. Gerald Meerschaert and Usman at middleweight. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, Izzy versus Hamza, that's an interesting fight. Come on, bro.
I do not want to see that.
Like, Hamza's not got the cardio.
Look, that's an interesting fight.
Can Izzy survive the first round? Yeah, I mean the pace, the pressure.
It's an interesting fight.
Yeah, you got something to say about this fight. Let me hear your take.
I think it's an interesting fight. I agree with McDane. That I wouldn't want to see it now, but
that's my guy. Like,
if Izzy's doing nothing,
me and Yao are like this now, brother. We're turning.
Title. It would be an interesting middleweight bout. But the thing is, has Khamzat deserved it? No. So it would be interesting, but I don't see why it should be made as a fight. But it would be interesting.
When has the UFC ever set up fights on who deserves it? Look at Bilal, for fuck's sake. They've left that brother hanging for I don't know how long.
They do most fights on who deserves it. They do most fights on who deserves it. Not all of them, but most fights. But Adrian, what do you think? Like, do you think this is because I don't want nothing to screw up the potential of an Easy versus Dricos. I'm dreaming of that fight, bro. You know what I mean? That's a fight that could get me a plane ticket to fucking Africa, bro. I need that fight. I don't need nothing.
Look, I agree with you, Ola. I think the Easy Dricos fight would definitely be a way make more sense. But I would love to see Kamza get in there with Easy. I think his wrestling will be a bit too much for Israel, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Suck up to the host, bro. Suck up to the host.
He's got very good takedown defense, and I think his takedown defense is very, very underrated. That's number one. Number two, he hung in there with Jan Blachowicz, who's a big guy and a grappling guy. You know,
hung in there.
And
Jan just lay on that motherfucker for 5 rounds. 5 rounds or some shit. He just lay on him. You know what I mean?
But when I'm for me, we're talking about the grappling aspect, and Styles makes fights. But I want to see this grappling, this so-called grappling against the Melvin Vettori. Go and get Hamza and Melvin Vettori in there. Let me see what the grappling is really saying. If they're really talking about, let me see.
But the thing is, yes, he could. But then, how exciting is that? It's not, and that's I think why we're saying it is an interesting fight to see Khamzat against Izzy, because either Khamzat will be humbled, or if he beats Izzy, then okay, the claim has been made, and one way or the other, a decision is made on Khamzat. You give him again to Vettori, okay, and that's why it makes it an interesting fight for Izzy versus Khamzat. I agree. I just don't think Khamzat has quite deserved it, but it is an interesting fight.
And even talking about at least testing his gas tank, you know, Apollo Costa is still not a bad. You know, they had that matchup put together. Apollo Costa is still not a bad matchup before getting to see somebody like a Easy. Even a Robert Whittaker. Like, come on, there's so many guys. There's so many guys before you can get to Easy. I'm not having it. I refuse to have
That's also fair.
There's so many guys, man. Like,
there's so many emotional levels
Dricos
that
had to walk
all was
through that
going
gauntlet.
through.
What
Why
about
would-
Hamza and Strickland?
Why,
I mean,
why we gonna-
Hamza
why we
Strickland
gonna
fight would be
forward
great.
fucking Hamza? Dricos had to walk
Yeah.
through that gauntlet. He had to. He had to walk through the gauntlet. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
No, man. No. I don't think it's fair, buff.
See when that fight gets made and it starts happening. Are you gonna watch it?
Bro, I'm gonna fucking.
So are we still having Bellator dominate here? They what?
Yep.
They
Yeah.
8-0 now tonight.
Yep.
Yeah. Eblen
Yep.
just won. Eblen just beat
Eblen
Impa Kasanganay. So
Bader's just walked into the ring.
and
It's a clean
Impa
sweep.
won't be calling out Francis
Do
anytime
you guys
soon,
think?
right?
You guys think Bader's going to be the one to fail,
No, I
No.
think he'll get it
or
done.
is it going to be
I
a
just saw the
whitewash?
promo. Whitewash. I saw the promo on Renan Ferreira. There's nothing he's got. There's definitely it's a whitewash tonight.
The way this
And
fight's
that's
going on
crazy.
right now.
That's
Let's see.
do you know what I mean? Like Bellator were going out of business, had to get bought out to save them, and the level of the fighters that they've got coming into this promotion and just wiping the floor of every one of them. The irony, I suppose, in this is fucking insane.
The question then
irony.
begs, why would PFL be the one that got the large investment then? Okay.
Yeah,
If clearly the quality is elsewhere. So, quality isn't always what gets you the big bucks. It's whatever else the PFL had, I suppose.
yeah.
Oh, Francis is looking so dapper tonight. Loving his outfit. He's
I
got
mean,
this whole
listen,
Wakanda, Black Savage, Black Panther vibes.
hey, yo, when you got that fuck you money like Francis has got right nowadays, man, you know what I mean? You can afford to look sharp like that. Man. Like,
Those looks like
Francis
the
got
that
Bully
fuck
beat
you money,
from
bro.
Black Panther. Oh.
Yeah, when you got that fuck you money, you can wear your shades at night. It's no problem.
100%.
Have you seen the video of him when the taxi driver's kicking off at him? He was like skinny Francis. It was like before he properly started training and shit. Like, and somebody's like, "You're an African, bro. Kill him. You're an African, bro. Kill him." Because he's like just telling the dude to back off, and then he absolutely fucking slaps him down with one hand, and the dude's like, "I knew that man was an African."
Yeah, man.
It's one of the best fucking videos you'll ever see.
He's gonna be back there next month. He's gonna be back there next month in Riyadh, and he's gonna be living life, earning more millions with Anthony Joshua. They love him down there now. They might get citizenship over there. You know what I mean? A lot of his fights might just start happening over there, bro. They love him down there.
And that's how you get citizenship. They want you to reinvest that money that they just gave you.
Yeah. Come back and spend it over here.
Easy.
But they'll give you a ton of shit when you get there for free to entice you even more.
Yep. That has become the land of the rich.
Bro, I watch a show on Netflix. It's called Dubai Bling. Bro, the way those people are living over there is ridiculous.
It's insane.
It's another world. It's another world, eh?
Bro, it's
They never have to turn a light off.
it's I mean, they're using Teslas for fucking cabs. Like Teslas and Lamborghinis for fucking cabs, bro. It's a madness. It's a madness.
Yeah, that's mad. That's crazy. Yeah, Lamborghinis and for all those like top class cars are like bicycles there. It's crazy. It's
You know what I mean? It's like,
another dimension when in Abu Dhabi.
it's like tuk-tuk over there, bro. That's what they, you know what I mean? Imagine using Teslas and fucking Lambos as fucking tuk-tuks, bro. It's wild. It's wild, bro.
Tuk-tuks.
It's
Yeah.
wild.
Fucking hell.
That's what they do over there in Dubai, man. It's mad. It's mad. They live good. They live super good over there, bro. And Ryan Bader,
All right, here we go.
Renan
Fernando
Ferreira.
Ferreira's record is 12-3
Just like I can't.
versus
6'8".
31-7.
That's a
a
tall
big man.
His
motherfucker.
reach is
that, innit?
85 inches.
That's a big man.
This is long. He's long. He's like longer than a weekend without money.
Punch him from the other side of
PFL
the octagon. Oh,
Nazo
needs a win, man. PFL needs a
Nazo
win.
G says Renan will win
bro,
this.
this fight stops.
Oh, there goes Bader.
Ferreira just cracked him and just finished that within like 10 seconds.
Oh shit! The upset of the evening. What?
Naz OG called it, guys. I can't believe this. Naz OG in the chat said Renan will win this. PFL first win.
Yeah.
Naz OG, you are
wow.
That's how the cookie crumble, guys.
Right hand cross, just bang, just sat that man down.
Wow.
I mean,
Jeepers.
PFL
ate
needed
my
that
word.
window.
Talk about redemption. Jeepers. 6'8", 85 inches. Good night.
Wow.
And now we're going to get to see him go against Francis Ngannou. Let's go.
If load shedding was a knockout punch, that would be it.
all 263 pounds of him, bro.
Watch this. Bang.
Wow.
Jesus.
Oh, look at that.
Would you say counter right cross that? Or would you consider that an I don't know.
Oh my God.
His arms are that long. Could you call it an overhand? It was more kind of
that's
like
a straight right.
cross.
I don't even know. He just caught him nice, bro.
Clean on the chin.
Just caught him nice, bro. Just caught him nice. Just caught him nice. Yeah, it looked like an overhand. Yeah.
Because the angle he came over the top, but I think
it looked like a check hook. What would you call that, Adrian?
Straight cross, but it could.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm checking. I'm checking the slow mo now.
Yeah.
That's a straight right with a little twist at the end. Corkscrew punch one time. Good night. Jeepers.
I'm gonna ask the missus for one of them. Gives a straight right with a little twist at the end.
Nah. Oh, corkscrew. Oh, that was clean. That was clean.
Yeah. Leroy is right there with you, bro. Leroy is right there with you, man. You know?
Right, wild.
There we go. Yeah.
You're right, Trip Vic. You are right, Trip Vic. Basic stuff for precision, man. Like he was just on the money with it. Dropped him. He measured it right. Didn't take two. You know what I mean? Didn't rush in. Oh, he let Bader come in with a strike, left the opening. Boom.
So we're finally gonna see Francis Ngannou fight against someone that's bigger than him.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be a first. So let's see.
That reach has always been a big advantage for Ngannou, man.
Yep. And that's what we called it, Adrian, earlier. It would be great to see Francis go against someone who's actually bigger than him.
Exactly.
Who's got
this is gonna be interesting.
He's always a bigger fighter.
But to be fair to Francis, we see him do with fucking Tyson Fury, man. Tyson Fury is a big man. He's a
big man. Another one.
That motherfucker
with a lot of wingspan on him. You know what I mean? He got a lot of reach.
Yes.
Somebody would get Hasbulla in the cage and just put him down at his ankle. I just want to see the size difference.
Oh, ankle biter.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mate, he can almost touch the roof when he puts his arms up in there.
Gee, the ref's holding him by his elbow because his hand's so long he can't hold him on his wrist.
and the ref's on his tiptoes to do it.
Yeah, he's on his toes trying to grab him on the elbow. This guy's massive.
Francis and Ferreira stare down in the cage.
Yeah, I was going to say they're doing a stare down. That's about to happen.
Yes. Now we can see a little bit of a comparison.
Mate, his biceps fatter than Tyson's head.
This is crazy, man.
Yeah. Shit.
This is absolutely insane.
Nah, I'm not getting caught down a dark alley with him coming in there. Like,
no way.
He's a big man. He's a big youth. He's a fucking unit, man. He's a fucking unit.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. The only fight that PFL needed to win, they fucking won it.
They won it.
I thought
The
Vader
one
was
that gets
taking
all the
that one.
marbles.
This is the only fight they needed to win, man, and they won it.
I feel like this guy doesn't need to go out the front. I don't feel like he needs to go out the cage door. He could just like step over the cage. Just
Yeah.
like Undertaker or Kane used to step over the top rope. You could just go like that over the over the cage.
It's probably more effort for him to fucking duck through that door than it is to just do that, to be honest.
They got Mike Tyson there, just raising the man's hands up.
Yeah,
it's all about the arm.
That belt with the embedded ring is just amazing.
Oh.
It's stunning.
Yeah, it's cool.
Hold on. So with that belt, the ring they just got given, you can actually put it in the belt.
Yep.
Yeah, you can take it out and put it on.
In, yeah.
That's wicked. That.
So you can take your belt anywhere you go.
That's fucking. That's brilliant. That's a really good idea. That's a neat idea, man. Wow. So are we officially saying Bellator is a better product than PFL?
We're saying it has higher
what
quality.
You saying,
higher quality, but product. If you look at the glitz and glamour of PFL so far, you know, maybe a merger makes sense, similar to TKO and UFC. But okay.
If they merge, do you think they'll change the name to something new, or which?
Hold on. In all fairness, you have to go back to WCB when UFC bought them. All the best fighters are from WCB. Right. It's the same shit, man. Like it's like who's been around longest, like curated the best, right?
Who the fuck is that guy?
What's going on, boys?
Came out of nowhere.
The thing with this, what you were saying there, Adrian, right? In terms of like, do they keep the name? I mean, they spend so much, millions and millions of dollars on perfecting the branding for Bellator and PFL to get their names out there. I think they should keep it as it is and just mix the fighters up. I don't know how often they're going to be able to do tournaments like this, but it'll be interesting to see because both of them they adopt like tournament style sort of fight cards. So I think the business model is still there, and the way they like to do business is still there. So they spent a lot of money on the branding, man, and I think it'd be nice if they kept it like that and just make money off of both of them. You know what I mean? They
just call it Bellator, and I'm done with it.
I was thinking the same thing now.
Peloton might have something to say about that, Bellator.
Bro. Or like PFL or something, PFL or something. I don't know. Yeah. But it's madness, crazy.
It's just gonna be new branding with them. That's the only thing. It's like going back into the branding aspect of it is what's going to be the massive overhaul that they have to do. But I don't think they really have to do that as such. They put a lot of money into even promoting, a PFL versus Bellator card, and it's drawn in a lot of people. The Saudi mans, they've been very, very. They found it attractive to even invest in it to pull off a card like this, and I think they'd want to do more of this. I really think so.
Why is he the only guy?
I think that would be good.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Who the fuck is that guy? Just came out of nowhere and he's fucking combat Jackson fucking vest up and skinned head and fucking, you know what I mean? Walking around with a fucking predator thinking this man's about to start taking dudes out.
Right for you, man. Fuck you.
That's a good card though, eh?
Yeah, that was entertaining. I enjoyed that. from the prelims. I tuned in from the prelims already. The whole
Still
card
can't
was
get over that
excellent.
Clarissa Shields.
Yeah,
survival
that armbar that she
Mm.
got out of was crazy. I
She
thought it was
looking
going to snap. I thought it was
thick
over.
in that PFL game.
Yeah, she's a tough cookie. She's getting better every time. I mean, still got a long way to go, but she's proven her stripes.
Definitely.
100.
And she's the first female boxer to go into MMA, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
big ups to her. Big ups to her.
I mean, she's the first boxer of any name value to cross over, right?
And really stuck with it as well. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I think she's realizing though the difference. When she first crossed over, she was talking about, "Oh, I'll do some boxing, I'll do some MMA, and I'll keep both of them alive." And I think realizing just how much MMA demands of you, I don't know how much she can continue competing in boxing if she's serious about MMA.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
You're
then
right.
again, you would say that, but look at Francis Ngannou. He's essentially doing exactly that. So it's possible. But we haven't seen him in MMA
the other way
since
around, right? So like instead of Francis having to worry about a whole bunch of skill sets when he goes into boxing, like he's like, okay, I'll just focus on boxing and tailor for one fighter, right? They're all going to have one style, boxing. Whereas trying to tailor for an MMA person, it's like, well, what are their strong suits? Well, the possibilities are endless. I mean, it's similar, don't get me wrong, but I still feel like there's a pretty, and also it's heavyweight. So everyone has a knockout punch, right? I mean, everyone's got a knockout punch regardless, but heavyweight typically end fights.
I agree. Look at all the Bellator champions there. Yo, it's been a mad one still. It's been a mad one. Francis is going to end up fighting Ferreira after he's been in there with Anthony Joshua. Let's see. I mean, Romero. How about Romero still competing at this level?
Oh, what a legend! What a legend! That
65
guy,
years old,
still doing what he does. Crazy, right?
is he the oldest active MMA fighter at the moment? He
I
must.
don't think
be.
anybody knows his real age, to be honest with you, dude. You know what I mean?
That's what he said. That
they
brother,
46, my ass. Yeah, I mean, they lost that man's birth certificate fucking 46 years ago.
So
he was made in a lab.
Baby has the opposite of like dog years. So like he's actually like 6 years old in test tube years.
I mean,
he was made in a lab.
He looks like somebody
exactly
that
that.
Lab. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like he's always looked like that as well. That's the thing too. Yeah, man. He looks after himself so well.
They definitely got him on some super soldier serum and fucking.
So what are they like? The statistics say that like 36 is pretty much the oldest you can be in your peak competition, right? In your peak athletic ability. He's 10 years past that and still looks exactly the same. He's a freak.
I love you,
man. See you soon.
There's something in the Cuban water.
Must be the cigars they smoke there.
That must be, right.
Good shit.
I think his childhood was interesting, coming up through the orphanage that he was in, and they were just making them fight every single day. You know what I mean? Like absolutely insane.
Let's done up the stream, guys. Let's done up the stream. Big up to everybody that's watched with us tonight. Everybody that's joined. Salute to everybody that's still here right now. Please hit the like button on your way out and go and subscribe to Yao's page. Go and subscribe to McDane's page, the Rambling That Podcast, the Head Kick Pod. Kick him in the head. Go and subscribe to that.
Kick him in the head.
Make sure you're following my brother down there, Adrian Sanchez. He's got fight news loading. I posted it on my page earlier on. We're gonna be waiting for it. We're gonna be waiting patiently for it. When it drops, it's gonna be exclusive around here. So make sure you're keeping an eye on it. And my brother Leroy, all the hard work that you do on the channel, man. Salute to you. We see the background that you put together for the Fight Week show. Big up yourself, my bro. Salute to you.
All the links are in the description as well, too. So hit them up.
Yeah, man.
Big nice. Hit them all up.
And up onto the next video, people. Hasta la vista, man. We're out. Salute.
Yes.
Hamzat smashes. Izzy.
Well, we're on